think people need to, in the Bitcoin space, need to be very aware that there is a fight being had right now about the future of Bitcoin. And you have to decide which side you're on. Are you going to fight for Bitcoin to be a tool of financial freedom, or are you going to allow it to be co-opted by the powers that be that it was supposedly designed to resist them and, be something they can't control? Are you going to give them control of it? I mean, the answer should be no to any Bitcoiner worth respecting, in my
And
opinion.
in that recent clip there, what side are you going to be on? Are you going to be the side that stands for something or falls for anything? Bitcoin is the true decentralized self-sovereignty that people can have. You can have your wealth in real estate, you can have it in stocks and bonds, you can have it in major corporations and businesses. You can build your wealth a lot of different ways, a lot of different avenues. You can store your wealth in gold. But the one true thing that nobody can take from you is Bitcoin. And with that, what's happening, Crypto Crew? Sean's coming back at you, another cryptocurrency video. We're talking about what altcoin has been melting faces lately. We're going to be looking at Solana. Solana has been tearing the game up. The current time it's recording, the price is right at $115. How high has Solana risen? Well, look here. Over the past day, Solana is up 17%. This is major, major moves. It was below $100 over the past day. And now Solana just keeps going up and to the right. Now, looking back over the past week, look what Solana's done. A 56% move. The low over the past week was $68. So if you bought Solana around a week ago, you're almost doubling your money. That's how fast things move in the cryptocurrency space. You don't want to be left out. And then over the past month, around the same, 58. The low was around 53. So, over doubling your money, most definitely. Over the past year, if you bought during the bear market, look what happened. December of 22, $9.64. $115. You did over a 10x right now. So this is what we've been telling you. You always have to buy when people are fearful and then sell when people are getting greedy. But this is just getting started. We're going to look at the Solana charts here to see what we can see potentially before this bull run is over with. Now looking at the Solana market cap, how high could we go? Now, we're looking at this because there's some Elliott waves that we can see playing out. And for those that don't know, the Elliott wave impulses are 5 waves, and we have impulse 1 here. This is back in August of 2020. We had this pullback, December of 2020. This was the 2021 bull run, and then this was the 2022-2023 bear market. So we have 5 waves, remember. How high could this 5th leg go? Well, from our fib extensions, we pull from the bottom of this to the top of this. We see that this is a $630 billion market capitalization. So if Solana does go up to this valuation, 630 divided by the current time, at the current time it's recording, 49.1, you're looking at roughly a 12.8x in market capitalization. So roughly a 13x in market cap. What could happen? And right now the price is at over $100, so you can multiply the price by 13 theoretically as well. Pulling up these Elliott waves to measure how high we should go, because the 5th leg has to be as long as the 1st leg but not as long as the 3rd leg, so we can sort of get a range as to what we can expect if we do hit some of these targets. So we're going to look at this range. We're going to draw a box here to where people can, they're definitely take profit targets. And this range could be as low as 55 billion up to a height of $5 trillion in the Solana ecosystem. Now, we think this is a little bit outlandish. We don't think we're going up that high. But could Solana get to $630 billion? That definitely could be in the cards because look, the last peak was at almost 81 billion. So it's not far-fetched to do around a 10x from the previous high. So 630 to 800 billion, that's definitely in this range of this 5th leg and definitely could be in the cards for Solana before this bull cycles out. Remember that multiple. There's probably a 12.8x from where we are right now. There will be some pullback, not just going to go straight up and to the right. but it's still an opportunity. Solana's price action, we're looking at the same thing. The Elliott waves. What do we see? What do we anticipate? Now, looking at the macro, we're looking at this on the weekly. Remember that. This is all looking at weekly. You want to look at macro data when you're doing swing trading. We're not doing day trading. These are swing trades, people. So let's get our impulse waves. We have wave 1 here that played out back in August of 2020. These are going to look relatively the same. 2021's peak, the 2022-2023 bear market, and then the fifth leg, how high are we going to go? Time will tell. So we're going to do this same thing. We have our legs already pulled back, and we have our range. Our range is sort of where we're at right now, up to roughly about $1,700. So let's get out our box here and get our rectangle out just to draw where this technical target could actually be. And right now we're actually in this box, but we are just getting started once again. And if we look here, if we zoom in a little bit closer on this price action, we can actually see the micro Elliott waves playing out as well. There's micros within these legs as well. You have wave 1, wave 2, wave 3. Now, is this the peak of wave 3 or could we go up higher? You know, we could go a little bit higher, but time will tell. But we could see this pullback down to maybe the 70-80 range. And then that fifth leg will take us up to that new all-time high. So if we go up higher, that's something you have to pay attention to. This is a macro level of support that we fell through. You see when we fell through drastically. So we could come back down and retest this 80 range. So that's something that you need to pay attention to. But just looking at the current lengths from where we are right now, where we can see this fifth leg go up to, it has to go up to, let's see what to see. If this is the peak. Now this third leg is still playing out. We don't know if 118 is the peak. We could go a little bit higher. This move is still in progress. So this is current present price action based off what we see. So where's the technical target for how high this fifth leg is going to go with this leg here? Well, we see that this range is going to be between the $208 price target up to roughly the $563 price target. Now, is this up to that 1.618 as far as that fib extension level? Not quite. That's up to 2166. Now, do we have to stay in this range? Could this third leg go higher? So this actually could go up higher. We could see this keep running up over the next coming weeks. And Solana could continue to melt faces. That's the crazy thing. Like if Solana goes up to, say, 250 bucks, that just extends this, and that gets us a bit closer to that technical 1.618 area, but it makes this box extend a little bit. So we have to wait and see. But you see these micro Elliott waves are playing out for this fifth leg. This fifth leg could be coming sooner rather than later. Once we get into new all-time high territory, which is around that $250 range, which we could actually come and test like we just showed you, then anywhere within this box is where we could see a technical target up to roughly about a little over $1,200 and with a minimum price target of 198. That's where this fifth leg could be playing out, and that would be the fifth leg of this macro cycle. So keep this in mind. Sole Bitcoin valuation. This is what's important. You want to look at your portfolio in Bitcoin value, because Bitcoin is the true money, the true hard money. So you see here, last cycle, we had a double peak up here. Right now, we in overbought territory. Will we have another double peak? When will that pullback come? There could be a macro resistance level that this pullback comes. Get our price range tool and pull this down. This could be, right now, the current time is recording. If this ends here, a 29% pullback, for flipping this down for the fourth leg before we see that macro blow off top, this will be an opportunity to stock up on some more Solana, because once again, we see these micro legs playing out. If we get our Elliott wave impulses, we see wave 1, wave 2, wave 3. If it stops here, we're going to go based off of that. Wave 4 and wave 5. How high is this going to go? Let's just look and see. Wave 1 and then wave 3. So let's pull this from here to here. Now this could go higher, as we had mentioned. So Let's pull this. If this has a pullback down to that 29-30% range, that pullback, and then wave three, this is still a major opportunity as we've been telling you guys, because look at where we're at. If we just continue up, we just hit these targets, you see that there is a possibility for the peak of the third leg to go up another 185% against Bitcoin. So that's definitely a major play. Now, if we do get that fourth leg pullback, it's an even bigger opportunity, because then you can get some entries at a lower price. And if you come up, that first target's 115, and then you're looking at another almost right at 300% move against Bitcoin. So that really turns 1 to 4. So keep this in mind. This is what we see that's playing out for Solana. That'll put in a new all-time high. That's new all-time high territory. And this is just getting started, but this fifth leg is looking very bullish. This is what we see. Now looking at the fib extensions, we want to look at that. We haven't looked at this for this price action with the Bitcoin comparative. Now, will we get up that high? If we do go up that high, let's see, let's pull this up a little bit. That's the technical target. It's almost 1,000% play with Bitcoin. Now, if this third leg has a continuation and goes up drastically higher, this third leg is going to be the tall tale. If we come up here and this third leg gives you a little bit more extension, we could keep running up to $200 or $300. If Bitcoin gets an ETF approved over the next week or two, we could see this keep running, which then ultimately extends this blow off top and gives you a massive opportunity on that fourth leg pullback. Because if we come up to here, yeah, it's going to be a big drop. It's going to be a huge drop for that fourth leg pullback. So you're looking at roughly over a 50% decrease, a 61% decrease. So if you're looking to take some chips off the table and re-enter here, or put some more chips in the table when this pullback comes, this is going to be the massive opportunity, because at that point you're looking at a 600 to 900% valuation gain against Bitcoin. And that'll be that fifth leg that everybody's been waiting for. Now the question comes, can Solana hit $1,000? It's not outside the realm of possibility. What details that, or what dictates that, is basically this third leg that we're currently in. Because we already showed you this, but this third leg, if this is the top, this could be, and we have this fourth leg pullback to retest this macro support that hasn't been flipped to resistance yet, and we come back and test that 80 level. If we do have a play like that in the short to mid term, and then we have this hit this technical target from that pullback, you're looking at a $468 Solana. So that's still a massive opportunity. That's over a 4x from where we are right now. $1,000. Now, we're not taking out the realm of possibility, but if this third leg has a continuation and we come up to roughly 116, what the peak is right now, but say this extends and we go up over $200 and retest the previous all-time highs on this third leg, and then have that pull back down to the 80 range, that could be in the cards, the realm of possibility as well. So that then allows this box to get a little bit higher as far as the technical target, and that will give us a potential valuation of $1,200 Solana. So we'd be anywhere between the $217 to $1,200. We know that's a big range. This 1.618, we might not be hitting that, but once again, if a Bitcoin ETF is a pass, there's no telling how high this third leg could go. This third leg could reach up and make new all-time highs, and people could think this is the blow off top, and this would be an optimal time to sell some Solana, buy back down, maybe have an ABC correction back down to that 80 range before we then see that fifth leg blow off top to end this cycle. So $1,000 could be in the cards. Right now, this third leg could just be getting started. Zooming into this price action, just this third leg, you got to look at the number of impulses. Typically, each leg has relatively probably 3 to 5 impulses. And right now, we get out our brush, we see one impulse here, and we trade it sideways. This is the second impulse. So this impulse might not be over with. This impulse could go up a lot higher cool off, and then we could have a third impulse, then potentially a fourth and fifth impulse. So just because the RSI is overbought, this could just trade up here for quite some time while this price action goes up. Think about a Bitcoin spot ETF comes and Bitcoin runs up past 50, 60,000. Solana and the rest of the market is going to go crazy. So this third leg might not be over with yet. But if that ETF gets passed and Solana then rips higher, you might want to start taking some chips off the table if you haven't done so already. Right now is not a bad time to take a few chips off the table, but you just don't know how high this thing can go. You can pull some off and get wrecked and it goes the other direction on you, but eventually that fourth leg pullback will come back. And just looking out on the left of the charts, the macro level you have to pay attention to is this level right here, this horizontal support area. So we will flip that from resistance to support eventually with that fourth leg pullback before we go into that last wave of the cycle. And with that, what's your Solana price targets? Where do you see Sol going this market cycle and this bull run? Please leave your comments below. And with that, I'm Sean with the Bitcoin Bros. You guys like this content, go ahead and smash the like button. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and show us some love. We appreciate the support. With that, that's all I have for you today. I'm out.